Hey everyone, this is a video for kind of the technical uh, challenges that you may run into. So I'm going to cover some of the basics and kind of get you started here. Number one is make sure you download the right version of Magic. There's upgraded versions, and also make sure that you are coinciding with the non-ECN to ECN broker. If you don't know, you can call your broker, as well as a couple other things in if you're U.S. or non-U.S., again, call the broker that can fulfill what you're looking for. Okay, so when you download the Magic, or if you're having troubles in downloading Magic, there's a couple things that can happen with your computer. If you have a Mac computer, you want to probably use virtual windows. If you have pop-up blockers, then you want to probably have them uh, off and then install Magic and temporarily off, and then once the Magic is installed, then you can go ahead and turn those back on. And some other things that you have to consider in using Magic is if you reinstall it. Okay, if your computer's trash, you bought a new one, and then you want to reinstall it, you can reset your authentication, and then once you reset it, and then again reinstall Magic, reset your authentication, then if everything was installed correctly on the first computer, then the second computer shouldn't be no problem. Okay, and actually, so the first computer that had it on it, then you take it off because it's licensed to one computer. You should have this other one installed correctly. Another thing, after you click on the download section, is get familiar with all these videos. Again, usually with installing it should be very simple. There may be just a few things that you may be running into, but like I said, pop-up blockers, and make sure that if you're reinstalling it, or if you are installing it to multiple platforms, there is the user manual and advanced installation. So go ahead and read that. So when we look at the platform, a couple things you want to consider if things are working or not working. Number one, the typical errors that come up if it's not traying at all, everything's installed correctly. Like you have the Expert Advisor, you have Magic, the smiley face, the commands display on the left. You went to your options, tools, then options, and then you change these, allow DLL imports, and then uncheck mark to confirm. So everything's done right. You looked at the manual and everything like that, but it's not pulling the trades. A couple things that may be happening. Number one, it could be the internet connection. Maybe you're closing out your platform. You don't have consistent internet connection because really, in reality, with the software, it's actually very accurate. So meaning it could be a simple computer error that you're facing, because again, it's a software. If it's going to pull the trade or put a trade in for you, it has to have internet connection. So you can change your settings on your computer, either to have consistent internet connection on with your broker, or you can get a VPS server to consistently have that connection between your broker and the actual platform. Okay, so another thing is that may be hindering some people is putting in the wrong command. So right now this market is traded downwards. It's actually at 1.2740. If I put a sell start here, okay, sell start, let's actually rechange that there. So because the candlestick close below it, this trade actually might not work. What we're looking for in a sell start situation is a close of a candle. So for instance, and also a break. Okay, so a sell start would be in this situation where we broke a trend line and we closed below that line. Okay, so it would put you in a trade here and push downwards. This trend line could be used for multiple reasons. It could be used as, after a trade is placed, this could be a sell close, meaning that once the trade's in, then it could be a trailing stop loss, either if you want it to be a touch of the line or close the line, either way. Or this could be a great sell SL or sell reversal command, meaning we saw a bounce trade where the market came up, bounced off this trend line that was established between this point and this point, and bouncing off there to put you in a trade. Okay, so there's different ways to use the commands. Again, refer to the manual. If it sometimes pulls a trade, sometimes it doesn't. It could be an internet connection issue, or it could be simply that you're using the wrong command. In this case scenario, what I would look for with this trend line is look for a buy start, and I'm going to explain what this means. Okay, so the market's trading downwards, and once the market does break, and if it does break and closes above it, it doesn't mean the market has to go up, but once it breaks this line, this trend line here, it is an indication that this 1 hour trend is over. Okay, the trend is maybe an indication it may be reversing. So this is a buy start, meaning that once it breaks and closes above it, then I'm looking for a buy trade or a buy position. Okay, so like I said, there may be some just simple things that you may be doing wrong, that's making so the Magic Stick's not putting a trade in or not a trade in at all, or if you're running into any other issues. What you want to do is not only look at the frequently asked questions, also the videos, but what you want to do if you're really having a tough time is insert your actual screenshot. So how you do that is go to File, Save as a Picture, Show After Chart, name it something. It could be the Euro, USD, and then type in the error that's given you. The error may be displayed on the left hand side, and then make sure you go to your you can go to your platform. Okay, and let's say that we are using Apari, you can go to your log sections, and whatever trades that were missed, or take this and then send it in an email, attach it to an email, and send it to support@forexcircle.com. And then we can actually pinpoint what exactly the issue is. Some other people that may run into just this very simple error is putting their key in. So for instance, make sure that your key that you've gotten after you purchased is installed, and then you can actually save a setting. Let's say that we want to save a setting. Let's say we want to change this to an M15 chart. Okay, meaning that I want to use Magic Stick on a 15-minute chart. So I'm going to save the setting here to M15, and I save it. Okay, say OK. Now it's going to say it's suspended. So if I go kick down to the 15-minute chart, the things will be displayed, and I have a setting specifically for the 15-minute chart. Okay, another very simple error, and this is just so you can understand. Some people might not understand this, but what it is if you have a program that you purchase, maybe a robot, another EA, or another trading program with certain indicators that they specifically made, there may be a hinder or protection between both parties, which Magic Stick has a protection as well as their program, meaning that if you want to use Magic Stick on their actual program, you had to open two different charts, one specifically for Magic Stick with a clean chart with nothing on it, no indicators, and then you can designate the Magic Stick onto the platform with this one. You can actually just have your indicators on it. Okay, so you can separate them, because if that is the case, then maybe it may hinder your trade. It may actually the things that they have on their indicators, the protection code may actually restrict you and conflict interest in pulling a trade for you. Okay, so that's one thing to consider. If it does work, then that's great. If it doesn't, then that's probably the reason why, is because both parties have a copyright. Another thing is what you can look at is looking at a strategy tester. Okay, so if you want to see things more in a quicker manner, is use a strategy tester, find a currency pair, use the dates, and run the strategy tester, and then you can display the Magic Stick on there using buy start, sell start, making sure the commands are using or being capable of being used. Meaning, once if I run this program, then I'll see if the Magic Stick is pulling the trigger. So there's some simple errors. Again, some of the more simple things is you can trade on multiple time frames, multiple currency pairs. A couple things, like I said, make sure you have internet connection between you and the broker and your platform. And then also make sure you install the Magic correctly, and also just look at the manual. If you have any other questions, email support. But overall, it should be pretty simple. But those are some commonly misconfigured situations, and this video is just there to hopefully answer some of the questions that some people may have. Alright guys, have a wonderful day.